Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a video going through parental engagement strategies. My name is Dr. Paul Walton. Thank you for joining me today. I'd like to share with you a whole host of different ways to engage parents in your school community. So here are the top tips to value and engage parents in your school community. We all know the purpose behind this is really important because that word of mouth, that reputation, the parents who really value your school can really spread that positive message about your school, and that creates a very, very welcoming and fruitful environment for everybody to work in. So parental engagement strategies. Number one of the things that I always do is to get together a whole host of events in one overall calendar. Now, this calendar, depending on your school, can come in different formats, but I normally choose to start off with a list, a table of all of the different engagement events during the school year. I'll then create a kind of category next to each one. If it's a kind of all school event, if it's an event where it's basically to raise awareness, so no action needed. We just are raising awareness, maybe for a charity or a special occasion or annual event. Or if there's a kind of dress up, dress down day, or a particular theme for the day, then all of that will be on the calendar. Additionally, in point number one, I would also create, along with the community calendar, I would also create smaller versions of key dates saved as a PDF, possibly a kind of Google or a various kind of calendar that you can upload to your home calendar as well. So lots of ways to make it accessible for parents to see what's going on, when, and how they can get involved. So inside of that large calendar, I'd have a whole host of events covering the whole school and making sure that people are aware when they are, who's involved, who's leading them. And you could also put in the leadership or the member of staff that's leading and is responsible for that day, so that people can plan ahead and advertise and promote those days before they arrive. Inside of that calendar, it's key to bring people into the school, and into the community together. So I would create lots of different events where people can come in throughout the school, so it isn't just aimed towards one particular group of parents. The famous kind of ideas will be a kind of community walk together, a run, a cycle, various kind of ways to move around the community, to bring people together to see areas that are located near the school, or again to raise awareness, particularly things where you can get dressed up in various colours for the environment, different awareness days as well. So once you've got your kind of community calendar with lots of community events packed in there for the year, with all of those dates assigned, also I put in a regular coffee morning. The coffee morning can be run by a leader, normally the principal or the head of school. And the format for the coffee morning is very informative for the parents because it's a kind of look back to what's happened at school, a look forward so the leader can share what's coming up, and then key dates, also including what's coming up, and then an opportunity to answer any previous questions that were raised, or to open the floor up and to take any questions as well. Parents will really appreciate that open and transparent approach. It won't always be easy, but it will be effective and it will be helpful in the long term. So coffee morning, looking back, this is what we've done at school. Looking forward, these are our plans that we intend to put into action. Key dates coming up, any heads up for parents, any key questions answered, and then also open the floor up to any questions that parents might have. I would also finish with the fact that as a school community is a very transient nature, you could also invite anybody who's joined the school to then make themselves kind of known, and then the parent committees or the various committees at school can then kind of say hello and welcome those parents into your community as well. So a coffee morning is very, very helpful to nip things in the bud. You'd rather have that conversation happening with parents in a group to control the direction of those conversations, and also to help people, to give them information rather than to hear things second or third hand through social media apps, where that emotion and that face-to-face kind of approach obviously is not available. So problems can be made when really these things can be resolved very quickly in coffee mornings, face to face with the principal or with the head of school to reassure and to make everybody feel that the school is heading the right direction and to be clear and transparent. A newsletter, I still think newsletters, obviously, along with word of mouth, is normally the number one recommendation for schools. But newsletters, that traditional approach of a kind of summary of all of the different events in a printed format, it's a good strategy to keep creating newsletters because not everybody can attend all the live events. So having a newsletter so that a parent can kind of pull that information and read it when it's convenient for them is essential. One of the things I've normally done in the past is any outcome from a coffee morning, I've put into the newsletter. So if people were able to attend the coffee morning, brilliant. But if they weren't able to attend the coffee morning, then they could read about the summary in the newsletter as well. Separate from the newsletter, I recommend a weekly update from the school. So it could be a primary update, it could be a secondary update, it could be a whole school update from a leader, but there should be a weekly update from the school. This really supports staff and gives clarity to parents and also helps mop up those little issues or major questions that can kind of come up. Everything from don't forget to wear a hat in the sun to the trip to the zoo leaves at 9 o'clock, or don't forget to bring in these different items on Monday, or to make sure you drive carefully in the school grounds as well. So lots of things that you can explain in the weekly update, the weekly update from the school, and also the parents can see that, and teachers, if they get asked the same questions, they can direct everybody to that source, that one primary source from the school to keep everybody aligned. Obviously, social media with photos, videos or learning of successes, I would be very careful to create a balance. Everybody likes to see the kind of the happy and the enjoyable moments. But along with that, I would create a focus on what the students are learning as well. So the happy, enjoyable, exciting moments of learning and the experiences, along with learning opportunities and events of learning throughout the day will be wonderful as well, because everybody likes to keep those photographs on social media. Sports fixtures, training weekend and tours. I still believe that, along with number 7 and number 8, the sports and the arts at school really help bring parents together. In some schools, this also extends into other areas such as humanities and the languages. You can apply the same strategies for 7 and 8 to those as well as other academic subjects and departments. So fixtures, events, training, weekend and tours, inviting parents in to see the training, and it could be before school in the morning, could be after school, could be at weekend training, inviting parents to come along to watch and support students during the fixtures. If there's any weekend events, it's a wonderful way to bring the families together, an exciting way to really build support behind students for weekends. And also tours, if you're in a school where you can invite along to the tours parents, then that would be a great way to engage parents as well. As I mentioned, music, drama, English performances, everything from the drama club to the debate clubs to musical performances, productions, music on a summer evening, spring concerts, any type of performances that celebrates those students' kind of talent and opportunities for students to show their effort and any new skills that they've picked up and progress on how far they've come is wonderful. So I would try and kind of signpost at least one music performance a term, one drama, one English, to really cover all of those areas. And that really creates a good balance in the school. Like I mentioned, if you've got a strong maths, humanities or languages departments, among others, then again, you can create those end of term outcomes or regular outcomes where you can invite people in, or you could mix them together. So for example, you can have the languages team come together on open day or parents' evening to create a kind of a French cafe kind of feel and bring language into open day, bring language into parents' evenings as well. Making sure you're having a good opportunity for parents to get involved in committees, fundraising, onboarding and liaison. So I would create a very strong parent body in the school, called different things in various schools, but parents who are working together to help the school and support the school, sharing the vision, the mission, the responsibilities of each one inside of the committee is real key. Making sure that everyone is aware of the policies how we can all head towards the same direction is wonderful as well. Fundraising, every school will have 3 or 4 different areas that are close to their hearts. So again, it's a really good way to respect the past and the legacy of the school by making sure that that the 1, 2, 3, or 4 areas that the school has always been involved in really creates a kind of a regular focus on those areas. Onboarding, as I mentioned, the coffee morning. It's great to bring parents in to meet new parents, so a new parent coffee morning, or making sure that when you have your coffee mornings or different events, that you can then use and invite parents who have been in the school for a long time to help families settle. And that moves into liaison as well, where families can basically help people find out where to go, where to live, everything from the shops to the activities to the clubs, to transport and all the various nuances that come with living in different locations. So creating a strategy for that would be a very good way to engage everybody. Extracurricular activities supported by parents. Many of the clubs basically on offer could use with additional help and support. So if parents would like to come along, obviously the checks, the background checks, and the various kind of training will need to be completed. But it's a great addition to have people to attend and support clubs. It brings the parents closer into the school. It brings everybody together, and it really helps everyone see the hard work that we all do together to provide these opportunities for the students. Using school campus and facilities. If parents have an opportunity to rent, to use, to book the different areas of the campus and facilities, from the sports areas to the halls, to the fields, to the different areas, then again, that's a great way to bring the kind of the parents into the school. They might use them for parent clubs, like in early years, kind of creche or kindergarten kind of feel, or Saturday kind of clubs, in different ways to bring everyone together. Also, parents who are interested or are experienced in education could also be invited to some school INSET training, educational events, if they would like to know more about the pedagogical approaches and the latest research-based methods that the school use. Parents' evenings, number 13. Again, bringing parents in, making sure they have a good experience, and having a regular parents' evening is very useful. Together with that, I would also, with the parents' evenings, have an option for either online or an option for parents to come in to see the progress of the child anytime they want. An open door policy so that they can catch you after drop off in the morning, before pick up in the afternoon, and make appointments when it's convenient for teachers, because sometimes teachers would prefer to speak to everybody within the same week or at a certain time after an assessment. So again, being flexible on parents' evenings is really key. Open days, again, aiming for as many people as possible to come in, opening the doors not only of the school but of the classrooms, being really clear that people can come in and see the learning in action. To share a couple of kind of guidelines, we don't want people sitting in one room all day. We want them coming around, looking at different areas, different facilities, different transitions around the school, and making sure that they are immersed in the school experience, rather than just sitting at the back of a classroom for the whole duration of the open day. But making sure that lots of parents are invited in, that they can confidently explain to their friends, I've been in the school and this is what happens. And this is a regular day. This is what normally happens at school. This is the feeling. This is the approach, the language and care and the support that the staff offer is following this kind of tone. Hopefully it's positive, and it's very complimentary for the staff as well. Sharing student progress. Making sure that whatever system you have in place, it could be through an app, it could be a printed report, it could be an email home, it could be a PDF, whatever way you share student progress, that you have a good strategy to engage parents. Some schools, along with sharing kind of a printed report or a PDF report, have an email or have an app or have an online portfolio of pictures. So things like Seesaw or Tapestry could be used to share a kind of portfolio of learning experiences. Whatever way you do this, to try and make sure that you involve the parents in the learning of the student and make them clear on how their child is progressing at school. It's a wonderful opportunity to engage parents. Number 16, Celebration assemblies, graduations, competitions. We've all seen certificates, prizes, acknowledgement given out. It's a wonderful opportunity for parents to attend schools, to be a part of the celebration, to be a part of the assemblies, and to really feel proud of their children. And I think that this is really key to put on your calendar. Highlight assemblies or graduations or any kind of competitions where parents can come in and really experience that along with their children. It really is important. School camps and trips. You may be in a position where you can invite parents along internationally or locally to join in with camps and trips as some support. It could be on the Duke of Edinburgh award. It could be a day trip. Could be out walking. It could be a ski trip. It could be different events or an overnight camp, a day trip where people can come along and be an extra pair of hands. Somebody who's attended a session, as I said earlier, attended a session where they're clear on their responsibilities, they're clear on their role, they're clear what they have to do and what parameters they need to follow as well. Number 18, community environmental projects. These are very common across lots of schools. Schools can go and get involved in orphanages. They can work with old kind of people and tree planting and cleanups and different projects in different areas around the world. I've been involved in things like dry stone walling, creating paths as well. So lots of different areas where you can get involved in projects together with parents and all dedicating and committing time to helping the environment. Number 19, student, parent and staff appreciation days. These are wonderful opportunities to have 3 days in isolation where basically you have 3 days in the year where the whole focus is on the parents or the whole focus is on the students. For this particular presentation, focusing on the parents. So to have a day where students can show thanks for their parents, the staff can show thanks for the parents, and all parents are thanked together. And depending on your kind of school kind of demographic or yeah, and what ideas you have, you could thank all different types of parents. You could thank, foster parents and different parents and grandparents and people, everyone who plays that kind of parent role as well. Number 20, staff volunteers. Again, feeding into a little bit to do with the extracurricular activities in point number 10. Point 20, staff volunteers. Staff volunteers can be used around the school. In the library is a very common kind of area. With early years, again, is a common area. Also for drop-off in the morning, for pick-up, parents can help out, coffee mornings. Some volunteers can help out, welcome new families into the community as well. So staff volunteers is a large area for everybody to get involved in. Parent surveys, again, I like to do parent surveys and share all of the information out and then address these in coffee mornings as well to speak face to face to everybody. I think it's a very respectful way to do this. Parent surveys also should be shared out to the staff and also compared to the previous year and to show the plans. Some of the kind of work I've done in the past, after a parent survey, I share out a summary, I share out an action plan, and I share out the update from the action plan previous to this in an article as well. So it isn't just here's a parent survey, isn't it great, everybody? No, it compares to the previous survey, it compares to the previous action plan, and it commits to creating an action plan to improve those areas that have been picked up from the parent survey. And finally, number 22, School International Days, a great way for your parental committees or kind of families to come together to organise food fairs, to organise music. There could be kind of art, dancing areas of kind of cultural learning, picnics, lots of different ways to bring people together. And food is a great way to bring people together as well. And lots of kind of way to invite everybody in together. So having an international day or having a school picnic or having a food fair or having different ways to bring people together is a wonderful way. So we've got lots of different ideas there. You could combine those ideas together in part 22 by having a sports event and then also some food, or having a community event and then having some food, having lots of different events together so that it isn't just one event overall. Another thing, just to finish with, is to collect those parental kind of testimonials. which look great on your website and also can be used to build up over time that trust and share experiences as well. So one thing I would recommend is to collect those quotes. Any of the emails that you receive, you could always ask a parent, please can we use this for the website? And to put it on the website, include it in some of your publications, and also share that with parents as well. It's a great way to slowly build that reputation and the legacy of your school. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope some of those strategies are useful. Like I say, you can hopefully go through and adapt some for your school. There are many more out there, but hopefully that gives you a starting point to really improve the engagements of the parents in your school. Getting that right will create a fantastic community, and we all know the power of very positive parents and heavily engaged parents can really transform a school and really make it a wonderful place to work. So make sure we value the parents, make sure you really recognize and you appreciate all that they do. Have a great day. Thank you.